Hello, Kelsey Taylor here. Now, I'm going to be trying something different when it comes to ranking stuff. As some of you know, I usually do top list videos. This time I feel like I should do a video like ranking stuff from worst to the best. Because this thing in particular, I want to do as a top list, but it's very obvious, because I talk about these movies a couple of them numerous times. And if you know me, you kind of get the idea. So I just decided to rank them. I'm going to be ranking the Mark Wahlberg, Peter Berg collaborations. Now, so far there's 5 movies, and what I'm going to do is rank them from the worst to the best. Just talking briefly about why I think they're the worst or the best, and my opinions on them. And this is basically just my opinion. You probably like these movies a lot more than I do, or some you probably don't like as much, or you like much better than the other one. But this is just my personal rankings, so hope you enjoy it. Anyway, I'm going to be going down to the worst first, just working from the bottom and to the top to the best. That's how I'm going to do it. Now, for the worst one, the worst Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg collaboration is Mile 22. I remember when this movie first came out. It was around the time I just recently moved to Massachusetts, and I started watching more different kinds of films I never thought I would get into. And I started off with some of the Mark Wahlberg movies and the Peter Berg, Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg collaboration films, the first 3 I'm going to mention later. And I didn't hear too much about this movie. I didn't hear that many good reviews, and it wasn't until it was on DVD that I really got into these collaborations, and this is the first they did based off a true story. So I was like, well, it sounds kind of interesting. I don't know. Maybe I'll like it as a guilty pleasure. And holy shit, I watched it and I was not impressed. I mean, it was weirdly edited, weirdly shot. When I say weirdly shot, I meant a lot of shaky cam stuff, which I can't stand. It's too much of it. And Mark Wahlberg's character was kind of mean-spirited, and I don't know. I mean, it could have worked. It could have worked much better. So yeah, Mile 22 is definitely the worst out of the collaborations. The other one, which is unfortunately in the worst category, but it's above Mile 22 because it's not as bad as that, but I don't know. One I was really looking forward to because I was really, like I said, I was into the Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg collaborations, and I was really looking forward to this one. And I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. It came on Netflix back in March. It's on Spencer Confidential, and I believe they're planning to do more of these. I don't know. I haven't heard much about it, but it was a little bit better, but it was kind of weird, and some weird music choices, weird edits to the music, they played an appropriate song during a fight scene, and I really don't know. At first I was kind of getting into it, but I don't know. I felt the movies that Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg have done that are not based on true stories aren't that great. If they do something else, if they do something else down the line, I know that after Mark Wahlberg did this one Pacific film, he didn't want to do any more movies based on true stories anymore, so, but I don't know. It's just Spencer Confidential, it was better than Mile 22, but kind of disappointing, and that's why it's in the worst. Now I'm going into the middle now. This is where it gets good. When I say good, I'm not saying it's the best yet. The best, the third best is Deepwater Horizon. This is the first of the Wahlberg and Peter Berg collaborations I've seen, and I really got into it. And this one I thought was a more interesting, very powerful movie and very intense film. It's based off the oil rig explosion occurred back in 2020. I'm sure a lot of you may remember. And the action was very tense. It's the explosions very, very well shot. That was a very well shot film, and the acting's great. Has besides Mark Wahlberg, who else do I remember? Dylan O'Brien from The Maze Runner, and Kurt Russell. A good cast in this film. And Deepwater Horizon is definitely a very good one. Not one of my top, well, I would say it's a top favorites, but at the bottom though. But I really like that movie a lot. Just not a top favorite in the top 1. The second best, and it's a really good one, is Lone Survivor. This is the first one that Mark Wahlberg did with Peter Berg. It's very excellent. I mean, it's another very intense movie. I almost didn't watch it because I'm not into war stuff, but I really liked this one. It was very interesting. And by the way, Deepwater Horizon, Lone Survivor, and the other one based on true stories. In case I didn't make it clear. Lone Survivor is another one based on a true story about the soldier. I think it was during the Iraq War. And very intense movie, and great acting, and Mark Wahlberg, and you gotta admit, the scars on his face when he's injured, they look so realistic. I mean, that should have been nominated for Academy Award for Best Makeup. I mean, that looks so realistic, very intense movie, and one I like to watch occasionally. But kind of depressing, but still, I like Lone Survivor a lot. That's my second favorite of the collaborations. Now, my number one, this is the best, and I just did part 2 of my top 50 favorite movies, and I mentioned this, so I won't go into too much detail again, is Patriots Day. I don't know why it's my favorite out of the collaborations. And this one, of course, is another based off a true story. But another one is very tense, and also, out of all those movies, this is like kind of the saddest one, but this is the one I got really, really into. And the acting from everybody's great, and has a good cast as well. Mark Wahlberg, Michelle Monaghan, who played his wife in the film, John Goodman, Kevin Bacon, J.K. Simmons. Great cast, great acting. I really like Patriots Day a lot. Definitely is the one I recommend. I know it's based off a true event that occurred recently, like in the last few years, but I thought that one was very well done. So that's the best Mark Wahlberg Peter collaboration, and that's my ranking talking about these movies in particular. So definitely looking forward to hearing your thoughts on this video. Let me know what you think of some of these movies, like if you like or dislike some of them. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Adios.